Yeah, favourite with the crowd. Known to both you and I, Simon, personally, from tournaments he's played in England.
He's just one of the good guys. He is genuinely one of the good guys, and he's up against a nice bloke as well. Ryan Lalisang is a true gentleman. But Michael Schmidt, good character. He and his dad Rick travel the world bowling, and always good for a chat, always enjoys himself out there on the lane, and always respects the game and the opponents. And I'm not laying it on too thick. He's just a genuine guy.
National coach Sandy Lowe with Mike there just after the first strike. Mike is the real power player out of these two. Ryan really sort of finesses the ball more than anything else, but certainly no mean player himself.
As do many of the Asian bowlers, treats this as his full-time profession. Does have business interests and ambitions beyond the game when he finishes playing, but at the moment, very lucrative career for him, Cass.
Absolutely, yeah. Both these players have averaged 222 throughout the 40 games of qualifying and the round robin.
Not so good from Ryan there, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I just crossed the head pin slightly, leaves the 3, 6 and the 10 standing. Should be a straightforward spare. John Walker, CEO of Cubic AMF, just in the background there, with the beige jacket, sitting next to Dr. P.S. Nathan, President of the Malaysian Bowling Federation, and very colourful character known out here around the Pacific Rim in the 10-pin bowling circles.
Well, that's a real problem for Ryan Lalisang.
Yes, Indonesian ladies team coach Pati Aman, former international 10-pin bowler, played in the World Cup as well, represented Indonesia a few years ago.
Yeah, the pair of them discussing that open frame. That's given Michael Schmidt a bit of early encouragement. Schmitty is his regular nickname, but known as T-Bone for a while on the Canadian circuit after a car accident when he went across a junction and when someone went straight into the side of him. He's not injured, I'm glad to say. But of course, when something like that happens to you, you can always rely on your mates to give you a bit of jip.
What a fantastic thing to shot that was. 2 strikes in a row for Mike Schmidt. Characteristically, he wears that finger grip on the right index finger of his right hand. It gives him some extra grip, he says. It's a bright sort of pinky colour, and you'll see it if you look a bit closely. Just wraps that forefinger around the ball, and he's got that pink finger grip. There it is, just showing us while he dries his hand. Gives him a bit of extra grip on the ball. Working 2 strikes in a row from the first 2 frames. Certainly won't be rushed. He's been here before. He knows exactly what he has to do in this tournament. Being a former winner.
Didn't get back.
Just a fraction light, wasn't it? Leaves the 2 and the 8 sleeper. 1 pin behind the other. No, he's got to be quite accurate to get this one out. Use a little bit of hook, well, maybe not too much. He's got to get that front pin, but make sure the ball covers the back pin at the same time. It's the 2 and the 8 pin standing. The first shot really wasn't quite good enough. Didn't make the pocket at all. Straightens the shot. And the familiar sound in the background of hurry. Now that's Rick, who's Mike's dad. And everywhere you hear this around the world when Mike's bowling, you hear hurry. And that's Rick. Very familiar sound.
Ryan then needs to recover his composure here. Nice and balanced at the foul line, but I'm afraid he's just not finding his shots at the moment. He's just fishing around for a line.
Yeah, light in the pocket. It's the 4 pin bouncing all around the 7 pin, but it doesn't clip it and take it out, so it's standing there in the corner. These corner pins are the ones that normally cause the damage. Got to be so perfect with your angle of entry, your ball rotation, and the ball speed going down the lane. Straightens the shot out nicely for the spare in frame number 3.
Crosses over. 41 and 42, remember, being used as the 2 lanes in this massive 57-lane bowling centre. The Malaysian International Bowling Centre, purpose-built state-funded for this particular event.
Yes, two banks of lanes back to back, synthetic bowling surface. Don't see too many brand new centre with wooden lanes anymore, as in the old days.
Oh, gets a nice reaction there from the pins.
Yeah, gets the messenger flying off the kickback. Spins them all around the pin deck. Great looking shot, lots of power in this one. Really got to grips with this one indeed. Look, and the ball. There's the head pin coming off the kickback, straight across the pin deck, takes the 10 pin away. Always looks good, doesn't it?
He's a very talented bowler, Ryan. Been at the top of the Asian rankings or thereabouts for a few years now. And has turned in some big results as well. It's a real pressure cooker atmosphere on the Asian tour.
Yeah, he has a high game of 279 this week, as did Mike Schmidt. Both almost making the 300 game, but not quite.
Needs to find his strike line again, does Mike Schmidt. He's a powerful guy, can muscle his way through that oil, but not this time.
Again, it's a single pin standing up. Didn't quite get there, as you said, Simon. Just sort of kind of fell off the shot as he delivered it. Didn't get good traction, leverage at the line. Out comes the spare ball, hard and straight. Takes that one away nicely.
Well, Coach Sandy Lowe doesn't look too happy at the moment, the Canadian. She's a little bit concerned. Wants to see Mike through to the final, because then there'll be two Canadians in the final stages of this World Cup. One on the men's side of the draw, one on the women's. That will be a real feather in the cap.
Well, there is a prize for the highest country. The highest lady and the highest men, their positions get put together and points are awarded, and it's a trophy that's awarded annually.
Pretty close though, this game at the moment. Early stages still in game one. Ryan didn't like that, but it's brought him the strike. He looked a little bit quizzically at that one.
It's brought him the double. How about that? 2 strikes in a row, and it's the first double for Ryan. Covers the open frame that he had in frame number 2. He needs to push on now. Oh dear. And the 4-6-10 is not going to help him at all. High through the head pin, as you can see. Left the big 4 standing. The 7 pin's gone. More than likely to be an open frame number 6. And unfortunately, that's going to undo his score. All the good work's been taken away.
Chance for Michael Schmidt then to jump all over this one. And he really did push on from there. Not as convincing as he would have liked to have been, but certainly with the advantage. And Ryan under pressure in this first game. It should be Michael Schmidt 1-0.
Yeah, he's just going to finish off its first ball in the 10th frame. And the 10 will just about do it. Gives him the opportunity to shoot 2 more. And a slightly aggressive look on his face. There's Caroline Lagrange, the ladies' Canadian representative. Great looking ball, this one. Look at the power there, right in the 1-3 pocket, and Mike's down on one knee. Great reaction.
He really ripped that, did Michael Schmidt. Going well for him. Ryan Lalisang is struggling, but 202 to 180. Michael Schmidt isn't. He leads this match by 1 game to 0. Game 2 to come after the break.